Fantastic. 38 wins in a year, a win every month. Seamus Cahill, champion trainer this year as well. It's been a formidable 2010. And of course, he did quite well in 2009 as well. He was the sprinter of the year. He's won all the top sprint races, and he's broken the track record here at Hove 3 times. So he loves Hove.
The odds seem to be narrowing by the minute.
Yes.
He's quite a hefty favourite, but what is the opposition like?
The opposition's good. You've got Sleeping Urban in Trap 1, one of the local greyhounds trained by Brian Clementson, who's a greyhound who's only come across Jimmy Lollie once before, finished second to him at the start of the year, reached the Kent Derby final, and he's come back after a brief injury, and he's been sprinting and doing some good times. He's got a good box. Trap 1, King Lee could be a huge danger in Trap 2. Going into last year's national sprint, King Lee was favourite for the final, having beaten Jimmy Lollie twice in the heats and the semi-final. So King Lee knows how to beat Jimmy Lollie, although perhaps not this year. Jimmy Lollie certainly had the upper hand on King Lee. So it's not easy for Jimmy Lollie, but he's one hell of a hound.
And he does have his favourite trap here, Trap 3. How much an advantage is that on this big circuit?
Well, he's great here at Hove. He can come out of the boxes and lead from the front, but he can also come from slightly off the pace. He has been beaten in Trap 3 before, but it's going to be an momentous occasion here at Hove for this race.
Okay, Errol, we're all set to go, so I'll let you take it away.
Okay, this is the Coral Jimmy Lollie Challenge then. The runners are set and ready. We're in for a slice of history, fingers crossed, if Jimmy Lollie reads the script. The hare is on the move. The last look at the board, he was 1-2 here at Hove, Jimmy Lollie. 6-1 bar. There they go. Jimmy Lollie's broken well. He leads here with King Lee. Also up there is Sleeping Urban. It's Sleeping Urban with Jimmy Lollie together. There's not much between them as they come around the second bend. It's Sleeping Urban who might spoil the party here. Jimmy Lollie runs a bit wide. Sleeping Urban from Jimmy Lollie. Sleeping Urban and Jimmy Lollie. Sleeping Urban has won in the end and defied logic. Defied logic and beaten, unfortunately, Jimmy Lollie, who's gone down a brave second by the looks of things here. Oh, what a shame.
What an anticlimax, Errol, I have to say. I mean, the atmosphere here has suddenly gone very, very flat indeed. But, I mean, that's what can happen in sprint racing, I guess. One false start, you don't get out the blocks well, and you're finished.
Fun enough, Jimmy Lollie is a greyhound who likes a lot of work, and he hasn't had a race for a little while now, 20th of December. He's been kept on the go, really, really busy by Seamus Cahill all year round. And it does look as though perhaps that enforced Christmas break, we've had a lot of snow around.
Since the 20th, I think it was.
Absolutely,
right?
yes. And so perhaps maybe he could have done with yet another race in between from the 20th of December and this run here today on the 30th. But it is a great shame if he has been beaten by Sleeping Urban, which I think will be announced over the tannoy very shortly. He's run his heart out. Let's not forget, he's come out of the traps quite well, but Sleeping Urban, who ran quite well behind him earlier in the year, has turned the tables on Jimmy Lollie, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're describing him, comparing him to Usain Bolt, I suppose, all during the day. Now, he's not the fastest starter, but can pick it up in the second half of the race. Jimmy Lollie almost did it, but it looks not quite.
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. The announcement just about to be made over the tannoy. It's been confirmed by the judge that Sleeping Urban has beaten Jimmy Lollie on what was supposed to be a wonderful night for Jimmy Lollie and his fans.
Okay, final word from you, though. I mean, Errol, he's had a great year, though. We can't take anything away from the year he's had.
Fantastic year. He'll be called Sprinter of the Year when it's announced in January, no doubt about that. There's a great chance he'll be Greyhound of the Year, which is rather unusual for a sprinter. We normally look at our Derby winner as the Greyhound of the Year, but Jimmy Lollie will have a strong chance to be Greyhound of the Year, and I'm sure he'll have a great campaign in 2011 because he's only 3.5. Jimmy Lollie, a name to remember.